After 3 games, Bryce Harper already has 2 home runs, and each of them has a unique story. Harper's first blast, a 465-foot shot on Saturday night, nailed a Braves fan in the chest before being retrieved by Phillies personnel and delivered back to the slugger as his first hit as a Philly. The fan was unharmed. Harper's second home run also has a story, and fans on social media are up in arms about it. Meet Zach Campbell, the man who caught Harper's home run on Sunday night. Bryce Harper, baby. Here I am with his second home run as a member of the Phillies. Unreal, this is my 67th lifetime game homer, FYI. Hoping to hit triple digits someday. He claims to have snagged more than 10,000 baseballs in his life, including Mike Trout's first home run and A-Rod's 3,000th hit. Harper's 186th career dinger is Campbell's 67th in-game tater he has hauled in. Some people aren't thrilled. Hope someone gives you a wedgie in Lot M. Seamus at Seamus_Clancy, April 1, 2019. Which child did you steal this from? Thou epic sport of DOOM Rose at Sexual Jumanji, April 1, 2019. Some people, however, are happy for Campbell. My brother and I saw you on TV and literally freaked out when you caught it. Ryan Atchison at Ryan Atchison 842, April 1, 2019. Awesome. Can't wait for the video. Dubs at Mike Dubs Radio, April 1, 2019. You see, while someone might call this a once-in-a-lifetime thrill, Campbell has made a living off catching baseballs and showing the stories in video on his YouTube page. He did, however, cause a massive stir when he attended a game at Fort Bragg in 2016, which was meant only for active duty military and their families, and claimed to have caught 11 baseballs at the game. To his credit, he does actively aim to raise money for charity. There's a few ways to look at this. Of course, a guy catching 10,000 baseballs robs the joy from 9,999 people who would have a story for a lifetime. However, being in the right place at the right time for home runs in game, as long as he's not knocking anyone over to get to it, feels like good business. It appears he caught Harper's homer legitimately. Pic.twitter.com/I2AOGATAHO, Matt Swift at Swift and Mass, April 1, 2019. I'm not sure how to feel about what Campbell does. I just hope he's giving a lot of baseballs to a lot of youngsters. I do know that I'm excited about the Phillies, and Harper, who has already mashed 2 monster home runs that have each told a unique story. Click here to download the My Teams app by NBC Sports. Receive comprehensive coverage of your teams and stream the Flyers, Sixers and Phillies games easily on your device. More on the Phillies. For all the talk in spring training about the depth and power potential of the Phillies offense, did you really foresee the opening series going that well? The Phillies dominated the Braves, outscoring them 23-11 in the sweep. Now, the Phils move on to Washington for a quick 2-game series against the Nationals, while the Braves attempt to regroup against the Cubs. The way this series played out will leave a sour taste in the mouths of the Braves, whom the Phillies won't face again for 65 games. Perhaps by then, Atlanta's rotation is filled out more. The Phils faced rookie right-handers on Saturday and Sunday and neither pitched well, combining for 9 walks in 7 2/3 innings. The Braves' bullpen also looks shaky. This is a team that could use Dallas Keuchel or Craig Kimbrel, if not both. We'll see. Formidable first 5. The Phillies' 1-5 hitters in this series reached base in 29 of 64 plate appearances. That's a .453 on-base percentage from Andrew McCutchen, Gene Segura, Bryce Harper, Rhys Hoskins and JT Realmuto. One of the only easy trips through the top of the Phillies' order came in the bottom of the 8th inning Sunday, when the Phils had a 5-1 lead, were freezing in the sub-40-degree South Philadelphia night and ready for the game to be over. Immediately, that group up top showed off their skill sets. McCutchen's calling cards are plate selection and pop. He hit 2 homers and walked 3 times in the opening series. Segura is known for his ability to hit the ball to all fields and use his speed to pick up additional hits. While his series wasn't the strongest overall, Segura did hit 2 infield singles, both of which forced errant throws, resulting in him getting to second base and eventually scoring. No player has more infield hits since the start of 2018. Harper hit the 2 bombs, as well as a double. The 465-foot blast he hit off Jesse Biddle Saturday was the second farthest hit ball of Harper's career, behind only a 473-footer he hit off Nick Pivetta in D.C. Last May. Hoskins reached base in 8 of 12 plate appearances. He is going to bat with so many runners in scoring position. Pitchers know they have to be careful with him, and Hoskins has the plate selection to lay off borderline pitches, which should result in very high RBI and walk totals. Last season, Hoskins had 96 RBI and 87 walks. He should push well past 100 RBI this year and could reach triple digits in walks as well. Realmuto was maybe the most important player in Game 2. His RBI single put the Phillies on the board when they trailed 3-0, then his 2-run homer gave them a lead they'd hold on to. He also threw out 3 of the 6 Braves who attempted a stolen base. The Phillies walked in 17.9% of their plate appearances in the opening series, highest in the majors. The MLB average so far is 9.4%. Neshek continues to be nasty. People are slow to give up on a narrative ingrained in their head, even when it's no longer true. Too many Phillies fans still have this idea that Neshek refuses to pitch back-to-back days and that he can only come in for a batter or 2 at a time. Neither is true. With 3 more scoreless outings against the Braves, Neshek has been scoreless in 69 of his 76 career appearances as a Philly, 91%. Only 2 of those 76 outings lasted 1 batter. Neshek threw 34 pitches in his 3 outings this weekend, striking out 3 and allowing 2 of 9 men to reach base. He is an extremely important, if underrated, Philly. He will oftentimes be the bridge to the Sir Anthony Dominguez-David Robertson duo, the man the Phillies turn to against a tough power hitter, or both. Neshek has a 1.81 ERA in 104 appearances since 2017. It's the best ERA in baseball over that span, with Kimbrel next at 2.06. Good start for Arrieta. Jake Arrieta needed to work hard for his victory Sunday night, but he bared down when he needed to, allowing just 1 run in 6 innings despite 6 walks. Arrieta on Sunday was the first Phillies pitcher since Cole Hamels in April 2013 to walk at least 6 batters but not allow more than 1 run. While it could be argued that Arrieta didn't have his best stuff Sunday night, it was pretty damn good. His sinker had ridiculous movement, as it typically does. It moves both vertically and horizontally, and sometimes that results in Arrieta yanking it out of the strike zone. He'll have bouts of wildness, but he has the stuff and experience to be effectively wild, which at times can be more difficult for a hitter than a pitcher who pounds the strike zone. It was a step in the right direction for Arrieta, who looked like he might be in for a short night when he needed 23 pitches to get out of the first inning. One final thought: stop shifting against Freddie Freeman. Click here to download the My Teams app by NBC Sports. Receive comprehensive coverage of your teams and stream the Flyers, Sixers and Phillies games easily on your device. More on the Phillies. If the Phillies have the type of season they think they can, the type of season they think they will look back at these 3 games as the stretch in which they notified the baseball world that they were a team to be reckoned with. A 3-game sweep of the Atlanta Braves, capped off by Sunday night's 5-1 win and another Bryce Harper home run, left the Phils as baseball's only unbeaten team at 3-0. Statement series? No question about it, winning pitcher Jake Arrieta said. There's something to it. There's no signs of us being complacent. We're happy with the way the series ended up, especially with the way the Braves played last year and winning the division. We wanted to come out and set the tone in our park. We really did that. I think it sets the tone for the season. There are 4 teams, the Phils, Braves, Nationals and Mets, talented enough to win the NL East, and there are 6 months to go before this thing is decided. But after 3 games, we know this, the Phillies lineup is a lot more potent than it was last year. Witness the 8 homers it hit in the series, a franchise record for the first 3 games of a season, and a pretty interesting rivalry is shaping up between the Phils and Braves. Manager Gabe Kapler was not happy that Braves reliever Shane Carl plunked Rhys Hoskins with a pitch moments after Harper went deep in the 7th inning Sunday night. It wasn't the first time that Hoskins, who belted a grand slam on opening day, was pitched high and tight in the series. Carl hit Hoskins in the left shoulder and was ejected by home plate umpire Rob Drake. "It really pisses me off when balls go underneath Rhys Hoskins' chin," Kapler said after the game. "Really bugs me. He's one of our leaders. He is, in many ways, the heartbeat of our club. It really bothers me when it happens. It bothered Hoskins, too. I hit the ground 3 times in 3 days and that's never fun, especially after the episode last year," said Hoskins, who suffered a broken jaw on a foul ball in May. "This is a new Phillies team, with a growing chemistry and desire to have fun. Players celebrate home runs with designer handshakes and little dances, and that doesn't always sit well with opponents. Don't give up a homer then," Hoskins said. "The Phillies don't see the Braves again until mid-June, and by that time this whole thing might be forgotten. But if it isn't, the 2 teams play 16 more times and things could get interesting. In the meantime, it will be worth watching how other teams pitch the Phillies, especially if they keep knocking balls over the wall and whooping it up afterward. I appreciate how enthusiastic our players are," Kapler said. "I think celebration is a part of the game and deserved when guys are swinging the bats really well and feeding off each other's energy. I support our ball club in the way they've come out in these first 3 games, on the field, off the field, celebrating one another. I support the way our club is behaving from start to finish. Everything we're doing on the field and off the field in supporting each other is spot on. Arrieta had to grind for 6 innings in cold, blustery conditions. He survived 6 walks and a hit batsman. The weather had a lot to do with his control issues. He said the ball felt like a cue ball. Braves pitchers walked 9 batters and hit 2. A year ago, the Phillies finished the first series of the season at 1-2 and Kapler was being roasted for some of his moves. This year, the Phils come out of the first series unbeaten, full of emotion and ready to take on Washington in another division series beginning Tuesday. Click here to download the My Teams app by NBC Sports. Receive comprehensive coverage of your teams and stream the Flyers, Sixers and Phillies games easily on your device. More on the Phillies.